utility. They love to use this on the attacking side, and well, it's baited out a good bit of utility. Now they're going to try and accelerate through hookah. Jlerst has found one, Kaspe able to back it up, and now into the 4v4. It is RieNs who had the chance.
I think RieNs needs to stay alive here, holding on to the elbow position. The flash comes through, and the rest of the stack is coming in from Surreal towards CT.
And Surreal still able to keep up forward, and now they follow up with kills. JJ and RieNs taking plays down inside of the site. Kaspe had the chance, but can't find a kill.
Where these site hits come in. But the Sheriffs are working out for Big. Twisten went for the eager peak 1v2 in hookah and found one. Now Kaspe's got another. And the resets come in, but it has allowed a bit of space for Surreal to push out. And the third Sheriff kill. It could be a 4th if Masic's not careful.
Yeah, they're just finding everything. Even got B with a classic, able to land the headshot. And this is a disaster right now. JJ comes right now big down a player against the weaker guns. Are we really going to see another snapback? Probably unlikely, given the fact that we are seeing this B site be completely empty. And Big are walking towards it.
It is an open site, and it's kind of like what I meant with Surreal, because they have so little information to work with. Obviously, they don't have much economy to buy up abilities, but the Trailblazer not being used. It is either we push for intel, and that's a risk, or we just have to stack, which they're doing now. There is still 5 alive, so this retake is more than doable. It's something a Big have to respect, despite them having better guns.
Oh, here comes the guiding light, just trying to pop them in. Lovely shot for the Headhunter. Twisten, not a fan of that, I'm sure. A couple missed shots, but that one will land. Masic finds another 3 kills in this round as Masic gets 4. Okay, Masic, this is ridiculous. It is now being stuck, the defuse being held, and JJ to the head. Couldn't quite close it out. Now 35 seconds left. It is going to be that fight down towards Showers that works out for Alfajer. So opening kill for Surreal at 30 seconds left in the round.
I've got your trail.
He knows with that trademark collecting information. Oh, this round's a little different though. Masic in the previous couldn't miss a shot, and now he can't land one. 14 seconds left. They're still trying to charge their way through. Remember, Jlerst is still up at hookah with 9 seconds left. Big have not put the spike down. They have to commit to it, and they're doing it with the safety of inside of that tuna can. So no kill for the denial of the plant. And now Big starting to find a couple of kills, but Alfajer's turn to pop off on the retake. He's found 3, and his teammates will purchase. Now comes the orbital strike. Tried to use it in the last round. This time will work it to success. Twisten get a lot of ground and was able to remove JJ and Alfajer from play. So Viper's pit pop. So many ultimates coming into this, but Jlerst is caught out too. Kaspe and Obnoks go down, and the numbers again evened out at 3-3. And Jlerst, nearly gets away with a kill on Twisten. That could have been the final nail in the coffin, Ryan.
Trying to find this Viper. You look at the guns available, it's a Vandal for Masic, who's actually just going to reload on the outside of it. Going to get flanked around in a second by Got B, so Twisten looking to get the ace.
Yeah, he's done everything in this round. Really dangerous to stay in, so Masic has to drop out.
Aldron's even going to be dedicated. And Masic, through the smoke, gets that pick onto Twisten. Gobi was over then. Gobi has that operator too. Now the execute's going to come in onto the A site. The spike is on its own in short, so that was a little bit risky overall, but the plant is going to come in from AslaN. 4v5 post plant. The ultimate's available. Kaspe is not too far away from having a Seekers.
Yeah, right now, Big got the spike down fantastic, but the problem has been for them holding on to the site once it's gone down without ultimates. AslaN tries to slow them, but they're going to run right through the snake bite. Luckily, for the Big side, it is to their demise. Alfajer hits the deck. Big now even out the numbers. 4v4 is RieNs and AslaN going toe for toe, but AslaN will go a little deeper. Another kill found to equal out at 3, and now got B into the clutch, goes through, and Trent considered map control because look at Alfajer's push down.
Ooh, that's a nice kill for Twisten, and the tag over onto JJ means he has to scramble out with the orbital strike used. He's still trying to hold it to the Showers position, but Seekers is going to give him up as well. There is this wraparound though. Look at where Alfajer is. Yeah,
he has continued this flank around. The whole play has been pushing down middle and getting this flank going. There is a flank coming into the flanker, but the damage has already been done. Obnoks removes him, and now just RieNs left. The chances of winning this round for Surreal have become very slim.
And really,
the hunt's already on.
That one of the things that's, whilst there's a lot of aspects with Big's play that makes me a little eager.
Yeah, Twisten's going to send the boombot up in towards hookah again, and JJ probably preemptively waiting for the boombot to come in first. Twisten realizes he can peek with the headshot. The element of surprise pays off for the first kill of this round, but Masic he's had enough of letting this one happen. He gets aggressive into A short, pulls one back on the headhunter as we're going blow for blow.
Yeah, I don't think they've spotted it, but it also could be an open A site if they manage to sneak past.
Oh, so close. Masic nearly lines up a couple of shots, but ends up just blowing the entire...
Away from a showstopper too, so if he gets that first kill, brings out that ultimate, maybe even as they're planting, Kaspe's going to go in for it now.
Yeah.
Looks like with that operator, not watching heaven.
Good Toxic Cloud here too. Wow, there's chance for Alfajer to play through it. Now the showstopper goes out. And looking at the plant, surely has to bleed towards Lamps in this close corner or out towards Showers. Tap on the defuse.
Kaspe.
Big ballsy play here for Kaspe. He's calling the bluff. He doesn't think he's sticking it. Now Alfajer goes to it, but this time Kaspe will be close. Will be ready for the peak, but Alfajer cuts off. Crazy round again for Big, and that is going to be frustrating, but finally, they've had enough of letting Twisten find that opening in towards Hookah. They wall up, they take the peek over the top, and RieNs will come out with the first kill of play, but they not long after treaded it out, and AslaN, deep in Lamps, had a chance to take down a couple, but ends up getting caught from Alfajer. Not really up for long there, Alfajer. So going down to go B. Now the guiding light going through from RieNs this time, and that spike will be planted here for Big. 3v3, but the res is up.
Is Kaspe going to try and aggress on this? No, he's going to back out. Obnoks, he still has that Molotov, but playing in from Lamps. The Trailblazer's going to try and clear as much as possible, and then Alfajer finds got B.
Yeah, another one found from Alfajer, and he's just been so good in this game so far. Flash goes around, the guiding light sets up the peak for Obnoks, and he's able to come away with a double.
So is Molly.
Again, 2 players left. Molly is up, but he's no longer up out of his position. So Big have taken this distraction towards B-Long and thought about a chance maybe to push through Lamps. They have got deep in towards it, and Jlerst about to check. Twisten still comes out on top. Now a showstopper set up in the air. Does their best nuke impression. Alfajer able to come in with one on Twisten, and at 1v4 now for Surreal to try and get 7. Not looking likely at all here with Big already popping that Viper's Pit, and RieNs only the sky alone.
Orbital strike, almost a Hunter's Fury for Gob 2. RieNs with the Seekers could get a lot done. We've already seen a 1 versus 3, so maybe a 1 versus 4 isn't too much out of the imagination, especially a Surreal player. RieNs is very good at clutching these. That's a good start. That's a great start.
What? That's the Viper's Pit down now, and he's got the Seekers online. He's going to send them out, and okay, yeah, he's decayed, but his health will rapidly rise again, and now he's looking to take this opportunity to get this over half. Seekers go out and create a distraction. They buy enough time. Those shock darts will start to come through, but now they're out, and now RieNs is off the spike. He can go back onto it, but 2 players still for Big. They come into the fight, and Kaspe will beat him out. 6-6 at this half. Love a pistol here. It's going to be a quick long play towards B for Surreal. They've taken the orb control. Inside of Hookah for the time being here. Alfajer, he needs to be worried about potential flank around the backside, and also Obnoks just on the other side of it. Here comes in that frenzy, and that's landing Twisten off to an absolute flyer, but the spike was always trying to get out through Showers, and it's managed to do so. It's in towards the side of A, and RieNs in the mix, able to find B's head. So down into the 4v3, make it 3v3, as suddenly Surreal pull this one back.
I just don't know why they wait. They have 5 players advantage in this, and JJ's still able to get more. He's upgraded to the frenzy, and he's playing in Lamps all up to Kaspe.
Yeah, it's suddenly turned from a beautiful round for Big to an absolute nightmare, and Kaspe tries to figure out, is there a chance to pull this back, and once he goes...
kind of like push and scale up without any utility. This is so much information that Big has been able to get in the last 20 seconds.
30 seconds left in the round, and yeah, it feels like Surreal being brought to a halt. This is a round they used the resin. This is a round they were going all out to win. And now they're in a real rough spot at 20 seconds left, desperately barreling towards this B side, but there's 2 players here, and so this should be a big closer. They're going to send down the Molly, but problem is here, Masic is taking one. Alfajer bites his back, but in this second half, instead of Ledust in their favor, in fact. So we'll see if they can do that. At this point, it's clear intentions for Surreal. They're trying to split into this B site. Beast done very well to find the head of Masic early, and the initial attack of Surreal has been weakened and it's been slowed. Now they have to try and figure out how do they draw them into the open. How does Surreal find these picks onto Big to create an even situation? They're trying to make it happen, and RieNs, oh, what? That is a big transfer onto 2 players, but luckily B is even bigger himself. 3 on the hold, 2 players left for Surreal, and Big in a good position if the spike goes down to still retake.
They're just playing so passively because look at this lurk coming in from AslaN. He's able to pinch behind, and the Sage Wall isn't going to stop them. I don't think the Surreal are going to expect this. The rest of Big are just playing so passively. They're just waiting for this flank to come in.
Oh, down to one inside of the site. That sets up the flank perfectly. Knows exactly where the last player is, and Big will have no problems retaking.
Drone is going to be used first. Trailblazer saved a bit later, but also Kaspe having a Seekers could just rely on that a little bit more. So Surreal trying to bait that they're going towards A, thinking that even forcing Trailblazer. Yeah, they're trying to fake towards B, but because of that Trailblazer being used, it's spotted just enough to sort of anchor into these positions. B needs to be careful though. If he's playing in this spot, it's a perfect angle against Alfajer. He's going for more. Look at him.
Yeah, Seekers go out with a recon bolt as well. Talks the screen up, and that is going to hold back the forces of Surreal with 25 seconds left. It's a desperate play again through the teleporter. Twisten comes through his own and hits the headshot on RieNs as he tries to drop back. And Surreal now down to just 3 players. This attacking side is looking very linear, and now they continue to run forward. JJ with only 1. Spike has not been planted fully yet. Jlerst had to come off it. Now we'll commit to that plant, but holding on to it becomes a different story. You've got to deal with so many players. The swing out from Twisten is stopped by Jlerst, but he has taken significant damage, and now 3 players know exactly where he is. They're going to start retaking upon his position. They've got the guiding light, the recon bolt's even available, and that regrowth getting AslaN back up to health. It's hard to see how he even gets into this. He's damn close to run quick plays. They've forced him to maneuver to their will, and now Jlerst, he's spotting the flank, and it just keeps on coming. Big's aggression doesn't stop, and yeah, well, Jlerst is going to put it to a stop.
Real found themselves a way in, all things considered. The spike's going to go down, and 4 versus 3. The economy is fine for Big, to be fair. It's just worth a pop at this, and at the very least, it keeps that money tight. Especially with Masic having an operator, getting a kill on him, and the rest of the Surreal can't pick up that gun. Kind of ruins him getting into round 21.
Yeah, Surreal actually feel like this is a golden ticket. Somehow a rope has been thrown down to them to try and pull themselves out of this hole potentially. If they can keep this one clean, they have just lost a single player so far. Bigger in the site. AslaN has found another headshot. Perhaps Twisten can get something done here on the retreat from Lamps. He will do just that. Finds the head of Alfajer, but now AslaN, the last remaining player, can't really do too much about the damage. He's not really in a position to really even fight Jlerst until he swings into the open.
Get this all for free at this point.
The pick for Twisten is solid to take down the Trailblazer, but what is that? Puts himself in a very compromising position, ends up going down. Will they expect AslaN? That res is coming through. AslaN is still checked. They are ready for the double up in showers, and Surreal commit to the A site with absolute brutality, and Big can't do much about it. You might have to save this one, Big. There's no shot at winning this. It is a safe call.
They have absolutely let Surreal back into this one after playing the big macro style of play. Big were looking top dogs. Everybody from Surreal is expecting it, and it is those kind of moments when it comes down to it, the Surreal leading the line with this operator. And I think Kaspe is playing on an off angle here, so he's kind of out in the open.
All right, Masic. Yeah, just gets an easy pick there. Gopi ends up going down, and that's the signal to go. That's the signal to show everything you've got at this one. The Seeker's going out. Alfajer now diving towards the back of the site. It's actually Twisten that's done well there. AslaN and Kaspe coming through, but Masic starting to have some of that impact that we have been starved of, but it's suddenly a 1v1, and AslaN has to clutch it against JJ, and he's done it for Big.
There's a lot more support coming in from AslaN, despite him being on another part of the map, but Obnoks,
wow,
shaking up maybe a little bit from the satchels that were coming in from Alfajer, finds that first blood.
And that TP has also come in, and that allows Twisten to swing into the fight. He's won it. A risk play, perhaps, that could have drawn the numbers back to even odds and weakened the A defense entirely, but with Twisten winning it, it now puts the side of Big into pole position, essentially, to take this map win. 42 seconds. TP play is still available for Surreal, but it's unlikely to work.
I think they're leaving it late in the day to use the teleporter to see if they can catch a few more at this point, but there's so many smokes. Oh, look at this. What? JJ is absolutely going for it.
No way that's worked. A couple of kills come from it. Just the sheer madness of the play itself. And remember, Twisten is still alongside AslaN, who's actually decided to come through that TP and double up towards Hookah. Masic trying to force them into the fight, but it is disciplined here for Big. They know as soon as that commitment to the spike has come through, it separates it into a 1v3 play. And now they're going to remove that one player, and GOB will find the follow-up. Big will take it. They will take map 1. It's done in a pretty scrappy style, but nonetheless, the result is the same.
Oh, I mean, it was very...
Towards yellow. AslaN further back, playing with default, is actually trying to steal away a kill to open things up. Just couldn't quite do it. Ends up taking damage himself. So wall goes up. It's that horizontal wall to get the easy plant down. And now the problem becomes for Big retaking this.
There is a lot of stuff that they can do towards Snowplow, but this toxic screen, this almost horizontal one again, just means that it's very difficult to go for these wide peaks. Obnoks is going to go for it, is out of range to actually teleport, but the Headhunter finds that first kill.
Yeah, big kill there from Obnoks, finding some good impact. He'll be able to follow up too, and now, well, 2 advantage, suddenly pulled back by Surreal. In fact, Alfajer on the Nano Swarm and RieNs to the classic headshot are really making this a scrappy affair the first round of play. Kaspe tries to get onto him, but RieNs again out with a tap. Twisten trades it back. Defuse being stuck. It's around the half wall. They can't do much about it. Whoa, what a shot. Alfajer just straight to the headshot of the Sheriff. GOB will reply in kind. But now we look towards the Surreal play forward. Dividing 4 of their forces. In fact, every remaining player now trying to leap their way towards this B site. But smartly so, Big have decided to use some range. I've got the advantage when it comes to that range with better weapons. And look at it close down that disadvantage with utility or Surreal. So toxic screen goes up, and now the fight into the mix. It's Obnoks and AslaN with a couple between them. It puts just Masic and Jlerst into this round, but it's not unwinnable here at all for Surreal. They actually have a shot at picking this one up. Jlerst unfortunately gets caught inside of the toxic cloud, and now Masic looking to do something with the Marshall, but AslaN
able to actually sneak in up to the high ground of Nest. He is in a beautiful position, but RieNs sort of expects him. But it's so hard at this point, and AslaN might take the attention away.
Yeah,
this is a great setup for Big.
Now RieNs goes up, not expecting Twisten at all to be there, and that's another easy kill.
This is that full buy coming in for Surreal again after they forced for round 2. So it is very important they pick up on the board. They're also not too far away from having ultimates, and Alfajer is going to actually beat the timing on the Eldron. If he looks left, he'll be able to get GOB, but he's going for that kill on the right first and switches around. That's so good. He has that lockdown and an open A site now. But that trademark is actually going to not give away actually that position. There it is. It's cleared up now, so the rotate's going to come in, and Alfajer is in a perfect position. He gives it up. Plays the safer option. He knows that playing in a 2v2 here is important, especially with the lockdown. One ult orb away from having a Viper's Pit.
There goes lockdown. Just going to try and buy some time, lock Big out, and obviously with that time, they want to reposition into post plants that are more solid for the late round. Because this is about to become chaotic. Limited time left now on this timer as Big swiftly start to move their way through the site. Jlerst is positioned and wrapped around these boxes. Nano Swarm in play, buying even more crucial seconds here for Surreal. And now Jlerst peeks around the corner. Alfajer luckily takes that one away, and sticking it was Kaspe. And they're dropping back now.
Aldron is...
Well, as we go 58 seconds left, JJ looking to apply some pressure on that retreat. Couldn't quite connect at the heels, and now Twisten is striking into life. He's just picking up everything and sets up GOB, who nearly recovers for the 3rd kill in the elevated position, but they'll just
be. Now Bladestorm coming in from Masic is not the best buy to work with, however, for Surreal.
Oh, Jlerst. Good headshot with the Spectre. That removes Kaspe. Now the Hunter's Fury charging its way through. GOB removes RieNs. AslaN, the victim of the Blade Storm, and Masic looking to add another to that victim tally, but couldn't quite capitalize. Now those blades gone. Look at this wraparound from Obnoks, though. Are they going to read the flank? Are they going to be looking for this? They won't.
No.
Oh, knives out for both players, and JJ gets his gun out in time. Oh, Big, that was their chance to win the round. That was their chance to clean it up. And now it's slipped through their fingers, and they have to recover what is going to be the A site take. And Masic is looking to remove another player. It's all GOB, and he's even spotted out up towards heaven. He's just stuck in such a difficult position.
There's this weird isolated battle happening over towards B with the two jets, and that's because Twisten has this operator. Masic will want to take it out of his hands and does so. Now Godby, last alive in a 1 versus 4, needs to be careful of that flank now with the
See of a save call.
towards B.
Yeah, and even if they try and fall back, that's watch. So yeah, this is the full commitment, and the swing out from Obnoks, it's good for one. He's able to rendezvous out quick enough, so advantage picked up here, no problem for Big. They can't stop the spike from going down, but they can certainly find kills and make this retake easier. Masic, the next victim of play for Big, that Blade Storm being popped for Twisten as he now drags his way back in to the site. Surreal are trying to play this post plant from afar, but closing down the ground now, we're Big, and another kill found for Twisten. That defuse being tapped, and that is going to be the panic stations now being picked up. The Hunter's Fury trying to apply some pressure yet again. And it hasn't really done a whole lot. JJ, one last blast of it. Can't do much about it as they hunt him. Well, the walls go up, and they go down very quickly, and the aggression of Obnoks. It's worked out for 2 kills, finally put in the ground by Masic, but his damage is already done in this round. It is already felt at the hands of Surreal. Spike recovered, but the flank is in, and now they're just completely contained in this position. They're trapped, Ryan.
They smoked the turret, so I think they managed to actually sneak by perfectly fine. I know, because Killjoy's dead, that's why I'm dumb. So never mind. It's because it was something that they did the other day. Like, Zelf did a whole little post about it. But yeah, like, this is a crunch that now Surreal need to expect. And with the spike not planted, they can just sit pretty.
Yeah, Godby's done very well there to the headshot. Jlerst is out of there. Now just 2 plays left for Surreal. They're trying to skirmish and battle a Godby spot towards Snowman, but here comes that flank. We had to keep eyes on it, and for good reason from every eye. And they absolutely do have the tools in the shed. Whether or not they're able to use them to great effect is another question. Masic goes down.
The difference is this time Surreal audition to not go lurking as well. They were expecting a lockdown play, and AslaN happy to get the one. The lineup is going to be there for Godby to even destroy it. So a Big read in this round perfectly, and Surreal kind of boxed in. There's not that aggression from other parts of the map for Big. It's a nice opening for JJ, but Big have taken so much map control, they know it's just going to be an 8-hit. All 4 players are here and waiting.
Yeah, this is now Surreal in desperate times. They run out of their big pieces. The lockdown wasn't effective. They do have the wall available and are now 1 away from that res. With that orb being picked up, and now they've got the res. Now they've got it online. RieNs perhaps starting to pop off, maybe carrying his team through, kicking and screaming through this round as he brings Jlerst back to his feet. 25 seconds left for Surreal to try and mount this task. They go over the ropes. Res now getting Obnoks back into play as well on the other side of things. It's going to be a heavy numbers end of the round, and Godby, he's just taken down 2 in a foul swoop as Alfajer tries his best.
They have to work with just that Viper's Pit that requires them to get in on the site, which is one of the biggest aspects they've struggled with. Losing RieNs, it makes it just go from bad to worse. Twisten has been on fire with his ult.
Yeah, it really has been. Godby is going to try and spot out the pressure that is being exerted by Surreal once again to try and challenge down this A site. Has got a bit of sting to this one, actually. Masic was hunting down the defensive setup, but now Jlerst has sent out his Viper's Pit. The Hunter's Fury coming in immediately as a response to try and clear it out, but hasn't actually been able to find that Viper. And now the Odin's turn to try and lie down some suppressing fire through it, but Alfajer has found 2 heads. One of them, unfortunately, the other side of things has been his teammate is out of that. And now Kaspe stepping in for Big. It's just down to 1 player. It's Alfajer, and what can he do about this? He's trying to get it done. He's trying to fight this one, but the defuse is being held, and Kaspe swings to close. It's 10
B, and that's where this site hit's going to come in. Everybody from Surreal is here to expect it, however. The Big need to bring out something pretty strong in order to get through onto this site.
And what have they got up their sleeve for this pistol? Here comes the screen. You can see over the top of it here, this fight is going to work out for Masic. Brings down Twisten on the other side of things, and Jlerst right through the toxic screen has denied that plant, and now it is panic stations for Big in this pistol. It would have been a far better situation to have the spike down in this spot, but unfortunately they're going to have to fight an uphill battle, and Obnoks and Godby are the 2 players left to do it.
Not enough time to reset either, so they have to go towards this B site, maybe trying to bait that they can rotate over in time, but this is still being keenly watched. Alfajer on the high ground over on bridge is going to be the first spot, and Obnoks can't get anything that He's half armor and the operator, and it finds what it needs to. That first kill onto AslaN. Yeah,
and AslaN going down is a huge player to lose. He had a lot of impact on map 1, and certainly have impact for Big on this attacking side. See how Big are able to respond, being the player down with no real fallback plan, right? They can't go anywhere else. They don't have a lurk anywhere, so they've now lost that. They're fully committed towards this, and Twisten down low on health. Plant is coming through. Twisten's tasked to trying to hold off and protect his teammate, and now that will go down. He has to try and drop back, and luckily will get behind the corner. Masic's quick shot not landing.
Twisten on the high ground. Is Masic going to peek up there to begin with? It looks like he's looking up, but this is a bit of a closer corner angle. Big trying to play on these little crossfires, but so far it's not working. 3 versus 5.
Yeah, 3v5, Big in a real tough spot, and now just a single player left, and the defuse is around the other side of that wall. There's nothing Obnoks can do about this. Surreal have 5 rounds. They survived the nightmare that could have possibly been set up, but Masic is holding for the Bladestorm. He knows its likely tendency is to come from the elevated position, but the screen goes up, and that prevents Masic from spotting out his essential information. AslaN trying to come up through the tube to kitchen, but God B has been found yet again.
I think that was a set play as well. Like Twisten updrafted to maybe be a bit of bait and allow God B for the peak, but Masic did buy into it. AslaN's looked up quite nicely, and the operator is now moved over to kitchen.
Well, this is absolutely huge. If AslaN can remove at least one of these players, but there is 2 around that corner.
There's RieNs there. Saw the bullet fire out as he hopped down to not give an audio cue, but visual one is everything AslaN needs, yeah. And moving him away because this is a great position for AslaN to be in. And he also has his ult. If he can ult in kitchen,
30 seconds
he
left.
needs to kill RieNs here, though.
Yeah, and this fight, this means everything. This fight is everything in RieNs' position, hard to beat. That will end up being AslaN going down. The patience game goes in favor of Surreal. Now the charge forward. Kaspe quick to send the wall up to prevent that easy rotation back in. Lockdown has been put up for Surreal on 11 seconds left. The spike needs to go down, and RieNs had the angle to deal with it. It is now falling apart for Big. It's down just Obnoks, and he is invested into the tour de force, but he's having to deal with so many fights. Down 2 maps, you can never count Surreal out of this. Oh, a quicker stance there from Twisten, trying to get charged forward, but just couldn't even get on the other side of that Sage wall. And now really stuck in a tough spot. We'll see how Big can battle their way through it.
They have to clear all of the wall because of the off angles that it creates, and it's allowed so much time for Surreal to actually rotate and get that flank on, like you said. That opening comes in onto Alfajer, and now still Big do have a lot to work with, but there's so many different crossfires set up, and Masic's here with the operator, watching towards Jenny, and actually watching close. This could catch a lot of players off, especially Twisten. He's on the high ground.
The Viper's pick going to be invested into here for Big, showing signs of their commitment forward. Recon ball has connected onto a couple as RieNs. JJ will take 2 kills between them, and it's all falling. JJ's having an absolute
pushing very aggressively towards A. Obnoks needs to be careful because Masic pushed all the way up till Bell, and he's still actually pushing on past pipes here. That's a lot of space garnered for Surreal over on the A side, and Big kind of forced to go over towards B, where there's a Viper's Pit. This is lovely play from Surreal on his defense.
Yeah, for Big, it just keeps getting more difficult, doesn't it? Here comes that Hunter Shuri, at least trying to remove Jlerst. They should be able to do so. Jlerst will get tagged up and will get taken out. Will be happily taking that, and Twisten gaining some ground and removing the lives of RieNs. So now it is looking very good for Big to take 11. They have turned this into a solid position.
Just to play for Twisten to be aggressive, to push out. Bladestorm is even going to be brought in over. I thought I heard it for a second, but I'm going mad, I think. The diver team's ready. Kaspe does have that res, right? That's the ultimates to go with. And now the plan needs to be diffused. It's out in the open. Twisten watching this keenly.
Wow. Yeah, Twisten's been looking for these positions, looking for himself to get into spots where he can deliver mighty impact, and it will be mighty.
Pushing up in mid. Off the back of this ult run, Big needs to be very careful. AslaN, he still manages to survive. Masic's going to go in for the repeat, but the snakebite stops him. He's trying to get the wall bang. He's just not letting on.
Oh, well, Masic, I don't know how he's still alive, but I like the commitment, you know? When you set out for something, he looks to achieve it, and he really ends up getting killed. But he'll get healed on up. 1:05 seconds left. Take a look at Obnoks' position. He's gained a good bit of control towards A, and watch how this forces that rotation of an extra player for Surreal. They have to put more attention on A, and that creates an opening towards B for Big.
JJ's not giving up this spot, though. He knows that AslaN is very good at finding these lurk positions. He's clearing these angles quite nicely and found the gap. There's no utility towards kitchen to see if he's crossed there at all. So RieNs, again, remember this? Seems to be the same exact play.
Yes, RieNs taking position on the other side of the railing this time, though. 30 seconds left. throwing the
30
slow orb,
seconds
and
left.
Spike committed 2. So difference is this time Spike is already down, and so AslaN is going to have the element of surprise, at least onto JJ, but now Masic knows exactly where he is, and how to deal with him is another question. Jlerst playing from Snowman. Big has so much control of the site. Now they have all the kills. It is just down to Alfajer and Masic, and, you know, winning this round with AslaN on the flank. He's on the prowl. Becomes even more difficult, but he's actually missed that timing. That could be the little push forward into the site they need, but AslaN tracking the operator. That's the weapon you want to remove. That's the big gun gone, and the other
Stella.
one...
He don't know that he's here, but Masic still could take a timing. He's hovering over it, and he does catch onto AslaN this time. It means that toxic screen's not down towards B, but Big is still dedicating over towards that spot, and Masic's there instantly.
Yeah, Masic being very dynamic here, rotating in from middle to deal with this B side, the attack forward for Big yet again. There's no secret they favored this side of the map already. Masic now holds.
Here.
I saw an arm.
He just spotted a little bit of an arm and able to swing tonight.
Spike
The access to the
down,
plant and got beat only one before hitting the deck himself. So not going to be close likely here for Big, especially that
Obnoks.
spike down towards B at Obnoks on the other side of the map.
He's trying to pull the attention away, and the spike's being picked up. There's 45 seconds, and he's still going.
Yes, Alfajer is about to fall. No problem. Obnoks has pulled it back. Can he find that follow-up? He will! Obnoks catches another spike, tries to cross, and the blade storm for the headshot. That is the way Big...
Cyber cage across the trade map. With a lot of space taken from Surreal up to the high ground, but Big have actually used this opportunity to just sort of sneak all the way through A main. Even the sage wall is up. Nobody's really around on site, and the trademark is now being broken. Big know that there's going to be some pressure in towards Dish, but how many is the question that they're going to be wondering at this point.
You're going to come in from drop, slow up towards Heaven. Going to try and just make that drop down a little more risky, and Twisten has gone in to the Cloudburst to come out with the pick onto with Masic, and now the defense rapidly try and get their way back in as Twisten's just changing up his position, spots a little bit of a gap towards the right side of that wall, sends the pinch shells in to buy some extra time. Wall available for RieNs. He's going to throw that up, but Twisten is taking everybody down and even goes to the knight, but RieNs will at least take him out. Not for long though, so I'm glad I'm in this casting duo now.
Heard about them on Reddit. They get announced for all of the big events. Like, yeah, but I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Well, advantage picked up here for Surreal. Big still trying to charge towards A. They have got one lurk of AslaN over on the other side of things. It's not really looking so hot for Big right now, but they have actually gained a lot of ground on A. A lot of information being picked up here for Surreal. AslaN, he has just been spotted by RieNs and brought into the fight somehow. I don't know how he's done that, but he's taken JJ out of play, and now got B springs into action. Another kill found for Big, and these players are now back to a 3v3 on the server. Alfajer spotted up towards tower. He's actually going to be held back at Heaven by the fault line. And now Obnoks are going to put some pressure onto him. Alfajer swings, and it's just one. He's traded out almost immediately. Second play coming from the same position, but Big are ready for it. You can see with that flashpoint, are aware of that possibility. So, yeah, not looking great here for Surreal suddenly.
Yeah,
Big in the side.
needs to chill. He's going to wait for his teammate. It has to break a sage wall, and now it's a 1 versus 1. I know roughly where RieNs is coming from.
No
and
way.
Can't win that duel. It's the...
And now Jlerst looks for the peek down in towards main and actually gets caught inside the fault line. Twisting gets aggressive. Oh, I love the play, but somehow still, Jlerst is able to get that pick. Will eventually be traded out, but nonetheless, it has put Alfajer in a pretty rough spot. He's stuck in the back of the site alone with a specter of all weapons, and not a single kill will be found on the site hold itself. There is a gap in the wall. They have to be aware of this. They have to be aware of the blind side they can play through, but they're not. And JJ still comes in with a pick.
RieNs one lob away from having to resurrect as well. If you can get a kill, it can maybe bring on the site of where JJ is playing from. He opts up to the high ground. Kaspe again playing on an aggressive angle. Crossfire set up for Big.
Yeah, now they clear out the left side of the site with that aftershock, confirming that they can focus their crosshairs in the right side of things. They spot one head up. RieNs just jumps on top of his own wall, and it's easy. It's an easy kill, and that's going to be God B going down. His wall goes up, res in, Masic back to his feet, and that defuse being stuck. Big, yeah. It bends my brain, but Twisten nonetheless has found JJ. And he is certainly doing his job in finding that. Now the paint shells go in towards tower, and Obnoks is playing the line of RieNs. Oh, this is looking a little rough for Surreal. They're down a player. Jlerst could recover that.
Towards the site too as well, so this should be an easy plant. Sage Wall has also protected that B main positioning. I have to rely on some of these ultimates.
Yeah, Alfajer has done well. That's at least a kill back, and that evens up the odds again. So 3 players on each side of things here, but they're all coming in from the same position here with Surreal, and that's going to be an easy lineup for Twisten. 2 down. Do love to gamble a little bit, and often you can be on the wrong side of gambling, but that has certainly worked out. JJ catches them looking the wrong way. Another Blade Storm popped. Oh, Masic, if he had found that pick, he was 2 HP away from removing the life of Twisten, and that could have changed the entire face of the round. It still can be won, though. It still can be recovered here for Surreal. There's now 3 players up on either side and significant damage done, especially onto Twisten, who is now removed entirely, and that's the spike loose. It is the neural theft being sent into play to confirm the position of the last remaining players, but Obnoks has taken matters into his own hands. The rifle has found the life of 2. Just Masic left into the clutch, a 1v2 for him, but he's already found that first victim, and Obnoks, with a confirmed position of the remaining player, has decided it's time to sprint towards A, but look who is running over here too. Masic might get here in time to call. Oh, he will be. He'll be covering the cross, and Obnoks goes down. Masic with a
they're clearing out. They're leaving A main and B tree susceptibly open. But now they're finding a bit of a headstrong attack, and Twisten with a showstopper finds that first kill, and Alfajer finds up one to trade.
Yeah, she just threw the pain shot back at himself, so had to go into the cage. Luckily he was there to cover him off. Godby's back in the fray. And the wall up to confirm their life will stay. Now AslaN swings out, watches heaven.
Operator is posted up on this angle though. Twisten's just about to peek it. It's awkward timing. You've also got JJ playing on the low ground, but AslaN finds JJ. The rolling foot is going to be used. Masic able to get one. Not traded out just yet, but he can't get another.
Yeah, well, the spike is down on the bottom of the site now, so big into a little bit of a breather zone, but Masic has to plant in that back corner. He's calling his teammates. He's paying it, but it's every kill going for big, and now Masic has to do everything on his own. He actually will eventually get the opportunity onto Kaspe, and actually swings into the site, switches out to the Vandal instead. Rendezvous now removed, so AslaN can't quickly react and get closer to the site. Tap on a Masic. Oh, the headshot, and now it's just Godby. He doesn't know where he is, though. He thinks he could be in main, but Godby's up above, and the aftershock goes down, and now he knows that Godby's up here. Now he knows that Godby can't really do too much about this, and he has to drop, but the defuse is being stuck. It's already over half. It's all the way, and Godby, luckily...
Jlerst has had this cosmic divide for a while, and he's not needed it.
Oh, JJ. Oh, look at that timing, Ryan. That is so brutal. Wall up. I love that from RieNs, but actually hasn't got the kill. Oh, eventually will. AslaN swings out. It's actually double peak with Godby. So the trade is confirmed, and the advantage will be held as Kaspe doubles his kill count for that peek out to the right side of his own wall. And, well, now... for Surreal, it's hard to see their way back in unless big slip up massively.
Twisten's actually moved his way around to the bottom. He was over towards up in arcade, and now he's over in trade, just crunching this team.
It's got to be a real treat to watch, always has been, and at the end of this series. Now you can recover a few. Obviously, this is about to be a head-on battle. Yep.
Tunnel fight.
Tunnel fight. It's going to work out for Twisten as he takes out the first 2, but do they read the other? They certainly will. Twisten ready for 3. He said if there's 2 here, well, there's likely a possibility for another, and so just holds and is continuing to hold. As now his team are shutting this down, and this is a buy that is going to the wayside. A single player left. Big have just absolutely wrecked the side of Surreal. Luckily, Alfajer stops a flawless from being possible, but how can he do anything else?
That kind of felt like the whole plan for Surreal is, okay, they have a rolling thunder, they have all of this stuff that they can use from in tunnel, shut it down early, and Big were just expecting it. Like, they seem to be a call ahead, but Alfajer is making this very expensive 1v2.
Oh no, don't count your chickens before they hatch, Big, and here they go into the fight. Luckily, Twisten.
Permabanned it for so long because they're the ones who want to play out the macro play. And if they can bring out the operator like that with AslaN, yeah, they can find a lot of openings, but Surreal, yeah, just have to throw in these guns that they had available. Their lowest buy has actually scrambled themselves into a 2 versus 2. The issue is that the B site is open for Big, and the wraparound is coming in from Surreal.
Yeah, just quick, it's loud, and those steps are being heard out. And Obnoks, he needs to be careful, actually. They're so close. They're already in the middle of a fight. Alfajer to the headshot.
The res.
The res, yeah.
So everybody else is on the other side of the map. So he has to, like... There's no way he pushes all the way to B tree to get a res. But what he can do is preemptively shut down this attack early on. He just needs to be careful about this camera that's in A main.
Yeah, Jlerst. It's got a cosmic divide. And Kaspe's going to be holding. And They're coming in towards him. Alfajer immediately checks it, and Kaspe goes down. So he always got it back. One of the sides from here, but Twisten, oh my god, no way. How has he got away with two there? He should have gone down almost immediately. In fact, how does he get away for all that time? It's set up big perfectly to try and close this. Alfajer thrust into the clutch, a 1v4 total, and
to get himself out of here on Arcade. I'm watching this close angle. Probably wait to see if there's going to be an orb touch at this point that he could play off, but he also has Obnoks there to support. He can't teleport out. The Phantom wins that first duel, and now Obnoks is going to go checking. Was watched by JJ, but loses out on the duel.
Well, the flashpoint goes over the top of the wall. Jlerst actually takes out Obnoks, and yeah, not looking good for Big here. Again, this was a bonus with the weapons they've brought to the table. And they're just trying to do as much damage as they can to the attacking-sided economy, and well, Kaspe now on his flank has even been spotted out, and it looks like Twisten isn't going to find too much from his spot. So good round here for Surreal.
Still a bonus for Big. Maybe if Twisten can get a couple more kills, it'd be worthwhile, but right now, yeah, Surreal only losing one is pretty good, all things considered. He's gonna try and maybe just dive in on the defuse, at least pull somebody else in.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just wants
the hard way with that
over on his A side, but the proactiveness is gonna take them into A main, and that's not with that operator already on this angle to check and clear it. He is gonna get tagged by the camera, but there's no follow-up at that point.
Off your feet!
Here comes that rolling thunder, just clear out A main. Actually, it's been committed, and no one's inside of it. Kaspe gonna come off his wall, and Alfajer in the mid. Here goes the showstopper. It gets the first. Now the aftershock catching out Masic. Oh, Surreal. This has been a slow start, but JJ, he's carried them right through. He may not get much in the rolling thunder, but his rifle will find 3 and puts it down into the 1v1 is Twisted. You never really know how that is going to go. You see Supermassive Blaze not making it. It's going to be less purple representation.
Pay attention to AslaN in this round. Not because of anything in particular, it's because the tech timeout was because he dropped a drink on his mouse pad.
Okay,
so,
that's great information.
His movement is.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that pans out. Well, now we get to watch him. He's the only player left, and he's going to...
It's slow orb's good, but we've got somebody they pretty much know that they need to shut this down as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's went towards A. Every time he's had this rolling thunder so far in this half. That's 2 rounds. Here it comes towards the bottom of the site. Gold B is going to be caught in it at the bottom. And yeah, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. Won't be able to do anything on the initial hold, and Big have fallen flat. Not a single kill picked up on the defense.
Money to work with either. He's going to see. What's the plan? They're pushing towards rope. They were pinging it there. The Astra smokes in spawn. Interesting.
Oh, a good play forward. Masic actually catches Gold B in the gravity wall, and that is perfect to open up play.
That is beautiful when it comes to the initial setup, but there is a response from Big. They can bring that Resurrect back, and AslaN, with that A main control, is taken down. 4 versus 4 again. Rolling Thunder's actually going to come in from the defensive side to clear the site with the orbital strike, but all it does is stall, and Masic's on for an ace.
Yeah, Masic has got himself all 5 on the board, but again, you have to remember that Res has come into play, so Twisten is still up and kicking. A 1 versus 2. Masic's killed everybody, but Twisten could still win this round. He's looking for the headshot. Alfajer goes down, and now it is all on Masic. He has to do everything. He has to kill absolutely everybody. The Blade Storm versus the Showstopper. From Masic's perspective, but now it is down to this buy. They have a lot of money. They have everything they want, but oh, Kaspe wall comes up, but they're going to break through it. It's quick. It's fire and fury for Surreal forward, and they're trying to attack in, but it's been slowed down. Trademark destroyed.
Big is over here like a rush. Everybody's in this position, and this could be it. Surreal having to hold on. 3 versus 2, however. RieNs and JJ made it better for them, and
yeah, Obnoks.
Plan's gonna go down.
Obnoks is close to the smoke. Oh, luckily, I thought he was about to go down, but he will. Eventually, he will, and Twisten once again into the clutch. It's a rinse and repeat. It's an identical round. A 1 versus 2 retake in the exact same position. He's got the paint shells.
He's got it all. He's got all of his utility to work with, and he's going to send it all at the same time.
Sends the boom bot in below, but it's been out. It's taken out of play. Paint Shells hasn't found his reward, and so they're still doubled up, and Twisten pulled into the... Oh, what? Okay, Twisten, that is ridiculous! That's the way he closes it. He drags Big, kicking and screaming through to another round win, and this time it's for the best of 5. This time is to claim their spot at VCT Stage 2.
This has been the pickup of the year, hasn't it? Twisten going to bid.